everyone. Pastor Matt with St. Thomas Church. I want to welcome you again to Wednesday's Word, third week of Lent, these devotions that I'm offering to you. You know, as we move through this third week of Lent, the journey begins to feel a little more real because the ashes that we received on Ash Wednesday have long since been washed off our foreheads. And the commitments we made, those things that we said we would pray more or fast from something, or to take this season more seriously, well, maybe you're already feeling stretched by it, yes? Lent has a way of doing that, you know. It strips away the surface and invites us to look a little deeper. And this week, what I've been thinking about is about light. Last Sunday, I preached on Jesus, who said, I am the light of the world. And as I continue to think about that light, I'm thinking about lights like this, not the bright, cheerful lights of Easter morning, but the kind of light that reveals what's hidden. It's kind of like that light that slips through the blinds early in the morning and shows the dust that is flying around in the air. And the light that exposes what we might otherwise ignore. That's the kind of light I've been thinking about. Lent actually is that kind of light. We often prefer softer lighting in our spiritual lives because we want comfort. We want reassurance. We want inspiration. But Lent invites honesty. It invites us to stand in the light of Christ and then allow God to show us what needs healing in our lives, what needs surrender, what needs transformation. But here's the good news. The light of Christ does not expose us in order to shame us. No. But rather it reveals us in order to restore us and to put us back into right relationship with God again. And so there's a difference. Shame says hide, but grace says come closer. And so during this third week of Lent, perhaps the question for us is this. What is God gently bringing into the light in my life? Is it a habit that has too much hold on me? Is it a resentment I've carried for far too long? Maybe it's a fear that keeps me from trusting fully. Or maybe it's a distraction that keeps me spiritually shallow. Lent is not about beating ourselves up, friends, no. But rather what it is, it's about opening ourselves up. When we allow Christ's light to shine on us, we begin to see clearly. And when we see clearly, we can finally change. We can finally grow. We can finally let go. The beautiful thing about this season is that it is leading somewhere. And you know, we're not walking toward darkness, but we are walking through it towards resurrection. The light that reveals is the same light that will burst forth from an empty tomb. So friends, this week, I invite you to do something simple. Spend a few quiet moments asking something like this each day. Lord, what do you want to show me? And when something comes to mind, don't run from it. Just take a moment and sit with it and pray over it and offer it to God. Because whatever Christ reveals, Christ is ready to redeem. That is the hope of Lent. And friends, that is this week's word. May you have a wonderful rest of the week, friends. And I will see you next week for Wednesday's Word. Take care now, and God bless.